When I was 12 years old in the Bronx, my Torah learning experience was a lot different than yours. Because Uncle Bernie and I, he didn't speak Hebrew. We could read it, but most of the words were like texted that we would hear over and over again in shul. Some with meaning, some without meaning, whatever. But bar mitzvah time, our rabbi in Yeshiva Tana, who taught us how to look for the bar mitzvah, had to first teach us what the words mean, then how to sing it, and then we practiced with another 12-year-old alone. And then, after we practiced, we both had to sing it back to the rabbi one at a time. And oy vavoy if we didn't get it right after all that practice. Because it wasn't, punishments in those days were different than the punishments here. Not like you, who can open the Chumash and read it like I read the Jerusalem Post. And by the way, he was first translated to Yiddish, which was some big help, because my Yiddish wasn't that great either. At least it was spoken in the house. And then, late Breva, he had to translate it to Hebrew. So I was learning with another 12-year-old kid, named Ben, another Bronx juvenile who was always joking about the strange words. For instance, there was a Kir Vivim Alei Esav, and I would turn to him and say, what was that word, Kir Vivim? What does it mean again? And he was not, just sing it, Kir Vivim, Cherry bomb. Okay, so now we have a good laugh. The following day, I had to, with a straight face, read it back to the rabbi. You can imagine how that went. But then, as we're going over the brachas, Ben says to me, hey, Cass, look at this. Zur kol mim tzadik b'chol hadoros. What makes him a tzadik b'chol hadoros? Omer v'yoseh ha'medaber u'kayem. What would Chris Rock say about that? Huh? You understand? Diva, help her. What would Chris Rock say about that? Zur kol mim tzadik b'chol hadoros. Omer v'yoseh ha'medaber u'kayem. Chris Rock would say, you're supposed to do what you're saying you're going to do. So, Ben tells me this joke, and we have a laugh about it. And now, when we get to sing it back to the rabbi, with Ben in the corner laughing in our face, it didn't come out so good. The years passed, the decades passed, my Hebrew got a little better, and I discovered that the question that Ben asked that was so chutzpah was even asked by one of our chachamim. Seriously. And it was asked not on the bracha but on Parshat Balak. The Parshat we read this week. It was the Dovner Magid. And he refers to the pasuk that Bilam says after 3 times he failed to curse the name Israel. The pasuk reads, you understand it better than me, right? Your heat is good. Ki lo ish el v'yachazev uvenadam v'yetnachem hahu amar v'lo yaseh v'diber v'lo yikana. For those that didn't understand, God isn't a man that can disappoint or human that changes his mind. Will he say something and not do it? Say it and not carry it out? Now here's how the Dovner Magid presents it. ומה מאוד ראוי להתעורר? כי השבח הזה לא ישובח בו גם בשר ודם. כי השבח לא יהיה קופיים לדברים אשר אין בהיעדרם חיסרון. כי כל שבהיעדרו חיסרון אין במציאותו מעלה. And he gives an example, a really good example. I can't stand up in front of you and say, hey, look at me, how great I am. I got 2 hands, I got 2 eyes. But what would Chris Rock say about that? You're supposed to have 2 hands and 2 eyes. What's the ma'ala here? So that's the question that Ben asked me, or told me, make me laugh. How does the Dubna Maggid approach this? The way he approaches all of the problems he presents, with a mashal. He talks about a rich man and a poor man. The rich man lives in a mansion, the poor man lives in Nebuchadnezzar. And they're good friends. So the rich man says to him, you know something? You're a good friend of mine, don't worry. I'm going to build you a beautiful house just like mine. You'll be sitting in a nice house just like me. What can happen in a case like that? Basum Adam. The rich man can get bored and he won't be able to do it. Or the poor man might make him angry and he don't want to do it. He'll change his mind. But he says the Rabbanu Shalom isn't like that. He's not limited by time like Basum Adam, like Bnei Adam. Rabbanu Shalom, when he says something, it's a done deal. And he gives an example from Sefer Bereshis, a story that you must have learned about 3 or 4 times already at your age. Remember the story about the angels visit Abraham and Sarah, and they don't have children, and they tell them, next year we're going to come by, and you'll have a child with them. Sarah laughs, etc., etc. A year passes. And the Pasuk says, Hashem Pakad et Sarah Asher Diber. Right? Now, I read that Pasuk and I say, what is it, how I translate to my English head? God visited Sarah like he said he was going to. Kasher Diber. But the Maggid says, no, that's not how you read it. Kasher Diber is when he said it. When he promised. The year before, it was already a done deal. So Hashem visited Sarah, Kasher Diber. As soon as he said it, it was a done deal. And the same thing it is with us. When he says Bnei Yisrael, don't forget Eretz Yisrael, it's a done deal. And here we are. When I was your age, a bar mitzvah boy in the Bronx, who could even believe or imagine that I'm beginning an era that hundreds and hundreds of our generations could only pray for and barely envision? My father in Austria, my mother in Poland, me in the Bronx, bouncing from place to place like pinball. But there was always the belief, somehow, some way, it's a done deal. And suddenly it's going to happen. We can't imagine it. And here we are, our generation was open. You were born in Eretz Israel. To you it's just an accident, like me in the Bronx. My parents in Europe. But it's not an accident, it was a done deal. Look at my grandchildren, your cousins. All of them in Israel. Dovrei Ivrit, Shomrei Torah Mitzvot. Look at Uncle Bernie. 3 of his 5 kids are here already. And Uncle Bernie just bought a house in Efrat last month. It's happening in front of us. The payments, they're a little slower. But the father's here, sister is here. Bucky and Zadie visit once, twice a year to cut up. They're on the way. It's all unfolding in front of us. You see the direction, a done deal. And we were zocheh to see it. When I was a kid, IBM, the president of IBM, predicted there will never be a computer in everybody's house because it's too big and too expensive. And here I am, 50, 60 years later, I can see into the past. You see this picture your mother posted last week? 2 little girls standing by the coattails. You know who they are?
Leva and Sarah.
Leva and Sarah. Each stone of the coattail larger than both of them. Nice picture, cute girls. But to the Kesselman family, it's the logo of the done deal. And now, job. My granddaughter joining the family workforce to do mitzvahs and serve the Rebbeinu Shalom. A job you've been training for 12 years. We didn't come to Eretz Israel by accident to ski in the Hermon, to swim in the Eilat. Like we say every day in the Molech Rabbanan, we say, Sof L'Yisenu, L'Chatzros Kadshecha, L'Shmor Hukecha, L'Sof L'Fanecha. So, Dvora, it's your turn at the bat for the Kessel and Clavin mitzvah theme. And I know you're going to hit a home run. And I want to lachel lach on behalf of the Kessel and Clavin extended families. Shetizki l'chaim shel Torah mitzvos. Nurim vanim ufnei vanim. Uskim the Torah mitzvos u'masim tovim.